okay. Oh gosh. I'm doing way too many things right now. I'm setting up my stream while I'm so a couple of things are changing here and there. I don't know. I don't even know how to close this program correctly. Quit. There we go. I'm gonna bring it right back up. That's not the way I want to bring it up. I also gotta put my badges back up there too. Oh man. Actually, did I? I'm pretty sure I did switch. Let me close out of this. Or I didn't switch. I need to go back to the master branch. There you go. I should see my buttons come up. Yes! Hey, and it's a special day that's going on because it's 30 past. Oh man, I got some message. I totally forgot. Let's absolutely grab this. Wait. Open link. Save images. Documents. I should probably save it in multiple places, to be honest. I got a new badge for completing 30 days of game development during the 100 Days of Game Development Challenge. And I'm always pretty excited to be getting those rewards. It just is nice to like have some acknowledgement that to like go on like, hey, you did 30 days, now do the other 70. So I'm getting that set up right now. I'm gonna save it in multiple places because these are the badges that I want to show off everywhere. Like, I'm proud to have made it past 30 days of game development, and like I want to continue to keep. I want to keep going. I'll save it in my pictures also. Why not? Joe. Yeah. I'll come back and grab those later. I'll go ahead and grab the other two while I'm at it. So they're not on my website yet, and that would be a cool thing to show. Open link. Goodo? Yep, save it. But I will be starting momentarily for those who are watching. I have to make sure everything's set up. I was running a little bit late because I was talking to one of my friends about making custom game engines, and we're both pretty excited about it. Say I lost track of time. I say we were also doing physics homework at the same time too. Let's close all of this. Open up my resources. There. Yeah, I would say another like 3 or 4 minutes and I'll be ready to start streaming regularly. Oh, close that for now. Boom. Alright. I just gotta make sure I know what I'm doing for this stream. Kinda forgot. Or, I have a nice place I can look for that now. Or, yeah, right here. I have my webpage up. Okay. I see what I was doing. Or I see what I wanted to do. I had a couple things I wanted to do. Day 31. Okay, nice. Like I'm kind of filled up on this. So yeah, I hope that my volume and my voice is coming through pretty clear. The last thing I have to do is just adjust my camera a little bit. Gonna kind of prop up my screen. Alright. Hello everybody, and welcome back to 100 Days of Game Dev Challenge. It is day number 31, and for today we have a couple of nice things that we're going to be working on today. First off, the win condition is broken in the game from the last I remember, and I want to fix that to continue that so that there's still a nice game loop going on. Right now, the only way to progress through the levels is through the level select menu. Something else I wanted to fix was the size of those buttons that you go to step on in the level select menu. Right now they're 1x1s, and I think and I was trying to solve them being 2x2s or 1x2s, and yeah, it ended up being buggy, and I ended up like spending a bunch of time on it. But I also have to implement the last 2 levels. I wasn't able to get the last 2 done by the end of the last stream, so I'll try to quickly get those in, and I'll be giving the player an animation when they step on the buttons, so that it's not so instantaneous when they step on the buttons. Like just a little bit of a delay would be nice to see when you're actually hovering over the buttons. Okay, but the first thing I like to do, as always, before I start making any code or doing anything else, is I want to play my game. Oh man, yeah, I'm just speeding through. I'm using the joystick here, and you can just move so fast with that. I do want you to be able, I do want you to slow down when using the joystick. I'll make a note of it. But I say most people pick up using the D-pad pretty quickly. It feels a little bit more precise for the movements that we have on screen. So that ends up working in the long run. So like fix joy movement, it's just too fast. But yeah, I'm gonna try to win. I'm gonna test out my win condition and see if I can actually win the game by having the players touch. I think right now they don't even collide with each other. It's just they're ignoring each other, and for me to be able to actually move on to the next level, I have to go to the level select menu, excuse me there, and manually move myself to the next level. See, I'm gonna skip the level 10. Yeah. Okay. So it's not working. I tried to solve it earlier, but apparently that didn't work out. So I'm gonna go back to where I had some code for that, or where I think I have code for that, and that's gonna be over here in the remove pawn, and when I'm actually doing the logic for each tile. I'm gonna kind of sort of walk through that to see if that's where the problem is. Here in the player. So if the player is the player, and we notice the pawn type is the player, and they are is on level. If they are on a valid level, I think that's where it's breaking off. No, to be honest, in this function right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just zip to it. Oh, sorry, it's in the global events. Cool. So let me go ahead and pull up that script. If I can remember what I have so many scripts up. I'm actually going to, for the sake of my own sanity, I'm going to close all the tabs but the grid. The grid is one I do go back to quite a bit, but woof. There, that was getting to be a bit much. So there, is on level. So all I do right now is I check if the current level is less than 0, then it should return true. But it's not right. Or it's not right because I don't think I'm actually up. I want to make sure that I am updating the level. So before I win, I'll print out a statement to check what level I'm on. Print. Player is on level. You know, just grab it from the globals. Current level. And cast it to a string because it doesn't like me concatenating all this extra stuff. Okay. There we go. So like right now the player's on level 0. Like I expect that. And I move over to the next level. Let's go, and this should be level 1. It should be on level 1. I'm gonna go ahead and solve this puzzle. And it says that the player's on level 1, but again, I'm not winning. So that's a bit odd. See, if is on level, so should I check this? I could I could also check that. There's no harm in that. Player is on level. Question mark. And should return a Boolean value. Or, yep, I see what's wrong with this. As always, I forget to include the global events. Boom. Expected in a line at string. You know what? Yeah, it makes sense. Let's do something like that. Let's see what this returns. So they're not on the level. I go ahead and start. Watch it be a string or something crazy. Yep, there we go. It's just always returning false. So there we go. Easy. This function just isn't right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write an if statement and hard code it myself. If current level is less than 0. Oh, return false. Otherwise, return true. Kind of maybe. So was I just writing it wrong? I probably was just writing it wrong. Now that I think about it. Let's go back. It should be more than 0, shouldn't it? If the current level, return if the current level is more than 0. And let's see what this gets. So, nope. Okay. It was, see there, some of the more simpler bugs. Now I think I can go through like as many levels as I have loaded. Look at that, just speeding through them. Okay. So fixing WinCon complete. I say while I'm at it, I can go ahead and give this a nice brief. It needs one like with the return. Sure, I'll add it in afterwards. Brief. Okay. Yeah, returns to a player is currently in a level, and then the note, honestly, Control X. Put that note. What's the note say? All menus are negative values. Yeah. Negative values. Is it negative or negative? Well, negative. There we go. And then return. And I think it's basically the same thing. There's no need to rewrite that. Oh. Returns to players are on a level, otherwise false. Like. Returns. Here, I'll be less descriptive. Fine. Returns if players are currently on a level. Return true if players are on a level, otherwise return false. I think that makes pretty logical sense. There, can get rid of that. Okay, so the next thing on my task, instead of fixing the size of the levels, I may save that one for last. I'm gonna go ahead and implement the last 2 levels because I really need it, honestly. Okay, no, my bad. I was thinking about the animation. I really need some more animations to make the game feel more alive. But before I do that, I'm gonna do a little bit of grunt just where I can finish up what I was doing previously. So I gotta go find it in my folders. There we go. And so you know what? I could probably open it up from over here. I don't know why I do that every time. It would be the prefab. And I can right click on it and say open in file manager. Much quicker. Yep, open with VS Code. Let's close that out. So I need a bunch of those up there. We're in level 12. 0012.json. Alright. And yeah, I think I will be copying that. Let's go and check and close that out for now. My Google Drive for the Rockoban levels. Rockoban levels. I want levels 3 is where I put them. Yes. Yep. The last 2. Let's go all the way down. Okay. A lot quicker than I thought I was going to be. That has more than 16, so 16 is a good place to start for that one. Control A, Control C, and I'm gonna also make sure that the players are in the right spot. I think this was one of the ones where the players are in a different spot. So yes, I have player 2, or I'll start with player 1. Player 1, he is at 7.5. Or I could even put this right next to it, like this. Save myself the trouble. So player 1's at 7.5 and then 8.3. Okay. So let's look at this crate setup. My first crate's going to be at 5.2. Easy. And then 7.2. And then 9.2 and 11.2. Okay. And then 4-3. All right. And there 5-4, 6-4. 6-4, 9, 10, 11, 4. 9, 10, and 11, 4. All right. 4, 5. Then 5, 6, 7, 6, 9, 6, and 11, 6. Okay. Not too bad. Nine, 6, and hey, it looks like we only need one more. Control C, Control V. Look at that. Eleven, 6. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and check that level in the JSON. See, that would be the 12th level actually. So that's pretty interesting. Which means I have an additional level that I cannot put in, but I kind of want to. It looks similar to one of the previous levels, but I think it gets solved in a different way. Yeah, let's go ahead and load that up and run over to the level select menu. Okay, so I had an 11, so this one is going to be 12. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it at least looks right. Hey, that's a nice thing to know. I made an additional level that I can't put in. I'll save that one on the back burner then. Or I don't have to. I can make a level 13. You wouldn't be able to get to it from the level select menu, but if you were playing the game straight on, you would be able to see that level, so that would be pretty. I can still put it in. This doesn't look like, it looks like I'm missing a tile for, so for this crate right here at 10-4, let me make sure my board loaded correctly, so I'm just missing that tile. I'm going to check the JSON to make sure. 4-11, I said 10-5. Did I put 10? This is supposed to be 10-4. So it was probably messed up also somewhere else too, but I never got a chance to see it. So yeah, let's go ahead and run over to that level. Okay. Okay, that's looking better. It was at 10-5 instead of 10-4, so it was right there. Oh no, I have a tile right here. So that one's not supposed to be there. That's at 10-3. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that one, or remove it at least. How did I? Maybe I just skipped this one altogether. I kind of want to figure out where I was going with that. 4-3. I have no idea. Maybe I just skipped that tile on accident, but now it's gonna go away. Okay, let me go ahead and I guess go ahead and check it again for sure. I'm gonna pick up my other controller to do it this time. I thought so. Yeah, you can pause using. I guess you can't pause using the R anymore. Oh, you can, but it disconnects the controller too. This PS4 controller is weird. It acts weird on my thing. Okay. Yep, that's looking a lot better. Teamwork. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in that last level. Why not? .json. Okay, I think this one only takes about 8 tiles, so I'll just copy from here on up. And then, yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and make sure that the players are in the right place. Player 1 is going to be placed at 9-4. And then player 2 is going to be at 6-4. Okay, now I can make sure the tiles are in the right place. So 7-2 and 9-2. And then 7-3, 9-3, easy. Oh, I see I'm gonna need another tile. A tile 5. Here's what I'll do. I'll just put it right back here. Control C. And then Control V. Boom. And that's going to be 6-5 and 8-5. Or 1, 2, 3. Did I do this one right? I don't think so. 7-3 and 9-3. Okay, no, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is going to be 6-5 and 8-5. And then the last two are going to be 6-6 and 8-6. Oof. You can tell I've had a long day. Early on, I'm already making mistakes, like just typing things in all weird. Now, so yeah, to get to this level, I'm gonna have to complete the last level, which, as you saw before, was pretty easy to do, especially with teamwork. And it brings up the last level. Nice. Now this here is a tricky level. I don't see an obvious way to solve it, nor do I. It feels a little bit off also, but it's not. Okay. There's a way to solve this. There's a way to solve this. Okay, cool. It's just one of those. It's just one of those puzzles. Okay. Cool. Now that I've got those puzzles in, the next thing that we're going to do on the list is we're going to give the player an animation when they run over the button. And I think the best way to start that off is to acknowledge that a button's been hit. And I could do it here in I could do it here in each of the tiles, but I could also do it in the code for each tile. Just emit a signal that says the button's been hit, and then the player would just listen to that, or both players will. I'll make it a global event, as I've made 99% of my other events. You win, go to main menu, just all these warnings. Then I figured out how to actually disable the warnings in another project, so I'm actually going to do it here in this project. I think somewhere settings, GD script, there we go. Unassigned variable is one I don't want to listen to. Unassigned variable operation assigned. No, or no, I want to keep those. It's the unused. I don't care about unused variable, unused class variable, unused argument, unused signal. There we go. Those are the ones that I don't really care about because I'm using them as I want. That allows me to get rid of a lot of these. Does it go up? No. Okay. GDScript doesn't support that functionality. But like these, I can get rid of. So I can just cut down on all of that. Like these were taking up so much space for no reason. I'm trying to think about a nice way to optimize doing that signal. I think that having a signal here is gonna be the best, and it's when we're changing the scene or changing levels, changing the tiles on the board. Honestly, when the yeah, it's like when so. Or change a grid. We're swapping grid when the grid changes. That's so generic though. The grid is changing all the time, especially when I'm moving blocks. Yeah, I want to make sure that I have a descriptive name, and it's a change. On move level, on change scene, on button hit. Or menu, say option selected. Menu option, button option. I've been calling them UI when UI selected. There we go. I think that works out. Selected. But now something needs to emit that signal. Yeah, I guess it does technically. It just has to be here. There's no other place that I'm checking when two interactions between two different pawns happen. So on restart, I don't mind doing it on restart to test it out. So we're emitting the signal, we're going to go to the next level, but I also, before that, want to emit another signal. So that I can give everything a chance that understands the a UI button has been selected. I'll change it to button, UI button selected. The more descriptive I am, the more I can do with it, or the more options I leave myself in the later run. So with a UI button selected, and then I'm gonna pull up the player, their script. So I want them to tune into that, you know. Where's the player? There. Right now they're only listening for one event. Here's a great time for them to listen to another one. Global events connect. UI selected. Passing in yourself. Absolutely. And then a function that I have yet to make called on UI button selected. Selected. There. And then if error, print out an error. Boom. go ahead and make that function. Yeah, Control B. There. Yeah, it takes in nothing because we're just gonna play an animation. Right now we'll pass. Or I can print. Player has selected a UI button. Just to make sure that I set it up right and that it works. And then I'll move on to making the animation and playing it when the players select that. Which it might be like another shaky thing. Or I might have them like zip off of the... I think it'd be cool to see them zip off of the screen. And then I can have one for when they enter a level to zip back onto the screen. That would be pretty cool. It would look kind of teleporty. And I think for menus that'd be okay. Players chosen to start the game, clearing the board. Okay, it's for the restart. It's only for restart. There. I get 2 player selected UI buttons because there's 2 players. So I understand that. There, now I can go ahead and load up the player's scene and make a cool animation. You can see you already have an animation player, so what do I new is going to be, I'm going to call it teleport up. Because that's exactly what you're going to do, my boy. You're going to take your whole guy or adjust your sprite and zip it up. And we're going to see what that looks like. Honestly, that's... We're going to start you here. Create. There, I'll just put another one right here. And let Jeebus take the wheel. Let's say, I want to make sure that it's definitely larger. Oh, wrong way. That he moves upward larger than the screen will ever be, so I'll figure out the direction one day. There, that's the direction I want. There we go, and I'll reset him back. So let's watch that animation play. I'm gonna zoom in. Woof. 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 Is it gonna keep him up there? I hope not. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get rid of him right after this. So I remember how I load and unload. I just get rid of everything and then put it back on. So this should be fun. Let's go ahead. I'm like trying to go to VS Code to set it up, but no, we're gonna do it here. Animation player. Dot. Play. Teleport up. I could almost do them spinning too, kind of like in Pokemon. Whenever you hit one of their teleport pads, you start spinning a little bit and then you zip up. But I guess I want to yield. I learned a trick a while back. You can yield for certain events to happen, and I think I still have it commented out over here. Yeah, man. I want to wait until that animation is done, and then we can continue on with life. So I'm gonna check that out with the restarting a level and see if it looks nice. To see if my players get loaded. You know, my players are probably way off of the screen. Yes, Because I technically set them way off. Let's put you guys back. There. Okay. Oh no. When I'm in menus, I can still move to the next level. Okay, I will fix that. Or, I wonder what level it says I'm on. It should be in the negatives, but it's not. When I go to the pause menu, I should set what level I'm on. Or I thought I was. Nevertheless. Okay. Nevertheless, that didn't stop anything. So maybe I have to do the rest of that where I set the process and then unset the defaults, do the animation, and then continue on with life. Yeah, which looks something like this right here. I can get rid of this. I no longer need this print statement. Oh, I no longer need this print statement. Holding backspace is dangerous. I want to see that animation. And I see I still have some more work to do with players progressing inappropriately. And probably that too. Aww. Aww. Okay. There, that's something interesting. I'm pretty sure the animation is happening, but I don't get to see it. And I wonder why. I thought the yield was gonna do the thing. So I'm gonna check out yield. When a function will cause that function to yield and return its current state object type. The yielded function can then be resumed by calling resume. What if I pause everybody? Could do halt everything and play an animation. How to stop animation player when finishing playing an animation. Nope. Pause and resume animations. I want to pause everything. How to implement screen freeze. Get tree. What if I get the rest of the tree? What if I say get tree, everybody? Is it process defaults? And then I'll come back later after this is done and set it back to true. Is this messed up? I don't think this is necessarily the right way to do this. How to stop everything and play an animation. Because I'm I'm all over the place. Will this break things? Attempt to call function set process and base null instance on null instance. Yep. Is there a get root function? Or I guess get tree is that function. I guess I'm gonna try to pause everything. I just wonder what's gonna happen if I try to pause everything. Get tree pause true. Get tree dot pause equals true. Will it actually halt everything and then get back to work? Get tree paused. That's false. I don't know. I may have to do some more research on how to halt everything and play an animation correctly, but I'll get there. Invalid set index with value type bool. Probably, yep, not paused, but probably get tree paused equals true. Yeah. Come on, Godot, be reasonable. Letting a sprite animation finish. That sounds about right. See, I'm a 2D platformer. I want to stop the animation my character finishes running. Problem is, it stops playing when I override it with new animations like wall connection. You can take a look at an animated sprite. Man, I just want to stop the whole game. Godot pause. It's always one of the things I forget. Honestly. Pausing games. See, they even have a tutorial on it. Get you pause true. Is it because I'm getting rid? It's saying I'm doing this on a null instance, which is weird. Yeah, that's actually kind of weird. Data tree return null. Is it because this guy doesn't exist? Maybe I should be waiting for the emit to. Maybe I should be yielding in the grid so that an animation can successfully play. I haven't worked very much with animations. I thought if I emitted this signal it would happen, but maybe I should be yielding also. I just don't know what to yield to. Godot. If I type in wait for sig, wait for a signal. Let's see, what do we get? Is there a way to wait for a function to execute? Nope. Not exactly what I was looking for. Oh no, it's getting more confusing and I'm like running out of time. The wonders of yielding. Maybe you can teach me something. Fade, tween, interpolate, yep. But I didn't even see yield, so like he's yielding here. He's waiting for his tween to get done. I'm waiting for my global events to be done. What if I just do blank yield? Or let's go check what that function does by itself. Like, can I? Will it let me? It won't. But I think Godot will. I wonder what it does just by itself. Yield. Just yield. Nice. I'm glad it came up with that. Like you can probably control F yield. T coroutines with yield. Okay. gskip offers coroutines via the yield button. Call yield. It will immediately return from the current function with the current frozen state of the same function. Calling resume on the resulting object will continue execution and return whatever. Once resumed, this object becomes invalid. Here's an example. Print yield print world. So var myfunc y. Okay. Function state saved in y, and then y dot resume. Y is resumed in now, and is now an invalid state. Okay. Cool. We can pass values between yield and resume. Yield get node. Coroutines themselves used to complete it signal when they transition to a valid state. For example, yield function button function completed. All buttons were pressed. Hooray! Or so you yield on a certain button pressed. Or this is weird. I don't know. I still don't know necessarily how yield works fully, but I think I can use an example like this right here. Or I want more information about yield to be honest. I don't think I can use it for what I would like to. All the coroutines. Wikipedia, of course. Yeah, so yeah, saying yield here doesn't do anything but return from here, and it waits for resume. So this will lock up my game because nothing will have it return. I'm gonna run it and check it too. Or my bad, I meant to go to reset, and it breaks. About object and vector 2. Weird. I did some weird stuff. It didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I guess really I just have to find a way to use events in a deterministic way. And it froze. Another process is holding on. Let it go. Okay. Because I think that this is right, but everything else is still running while this is going on, which makes doing this weird. I'll save this. So Godot, stop game to play animation. I think that's the next thing to type in. Yeah, how to make the game yield until an animation is done. You have to connect animation signal finish event to a function of your choice as shown here in the scene tree. Select the animation object, then the node signal, select finish event to a function of your choice. As shown here. In the scene tree, select the animation object, then the node signal, select the animation finish event and connect it to a script. I don't know if I can do that. This was seeming like a good idea, and then it doesn't. This here looks like it relies on the fact that those things exist. I guess I could connect the signal, honestly. Whenever the player enters the game, have it connect. Have the grid connect to it, and then whenever an animation is finished, it can resume. Yeah, I feel like I could do that. I am gonna go past the 10 o'clock time because I know I started late, and I don't know if this will work, but this would be pretty cool to see. I would have to do it for everything, but that's okay. That allows me to hit yield in the grid, and then the player will play their animation, or wait for a signal to finish. I don't know, it didn't seem very clean. Wait for a signal. Wait for everyone to be done. Or am I gonna have to work around? If I have to work around it, or I guess if that's the plan, I have a script which plays mutable animations after each other, but if I execute it, it plays every animation at once. The animation sequence is changing. Click the animation player fix function and starts next animation. I can do that. Honestly, I can grab the player, both players. They grab their animation and wait until the animation is finished. I think that's a little bit cleaner, honestly, and I might. It looks like I would put it in its own function, to be honest, and call that for every button, every option for every button. So like, after emitting a signal, I could then just yield. I guess the question then becomes, or rather, if I do it here and I say, hey, you pseudocode, check a player if there are players. Which at this point, they're going to be. There should be, but I'm going to check anyway because no checking. And if there are players, then go ahead and so if yes, I'm going, oh, if yes, then I'm going to go ahead and connect my, I'm going to yield after I emit the signal. No, I'm going to play the animation. Wait, yeah, I guess I'm going to play the animation first. I could play the animation here and then emit the signal. But I guess that kind of defeats the point of emitting the signal in the first place. I should emit the signal and then yield. So this should go after I emit the signal. Or it's like, when do I want to be deterministic. I want to emit the signal and then, yeah, just have it wait for the player's animation finish. And to do that, can say, do I have to connect before or after? I think it would be best if I connected before, then called the signal, and then waited. Okay. If yes, connect to animation finish signal. Sig. Yeah, it's ready to connect. Oh, no, I'm running low on battery, so. But I brought it. I remember bringing it. This. See, I'll go until 10:15. I shouldn't be running late. I should try my best not to run late with this because I have like other homework and stuff to do. But the problems that come up when making games can be pretty interesting to solve. Yeah, connect, emit signal. If I can spell it right. Single signal, and then yield, and then emit signal. And also, while I'm checking if all this has happened, I'll go ahead and clear the board. Clear the grid. There. Pseudocode. Clear the grid. Connect the animation to the finish. Connect to the animation physics signal on players. Emit UI button. Selected signal. yield for animation finished signal, and then you'll emit the go to level signal. That sounds like a good plan. Yeah, all this, I'll put all of this right above all that, and then just do it right here. I forget where that was. Probably like that. That looks about right. I'm gonna write on top of all of that. If get yep, var player 1 equals get node. I think get node allows me to specify a name. Or get child. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this should be player 1 and player 2. And I'll check their types to make sure. Tall type. Player. And player 2 is the same way. We'll pass that for now, because I also want to check that they're valid things too. There, null checking. If player 1 and player 2 exist, and if their types are players, let's go ahead and clear the board, like we were doing before. And then I said I was going to connect the animation. Connect the animation footage. I don't need to do that, but I do need. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm connecting my own functions, or my own invisible function that doesn't exist yet, but will exist. It'll be player 1 dot get node, and it's called animation player, because I haven't named it anything else. Oh yeah, now I need to go check this. Ooh. Oh, okay, the signal, who's connecting it? So you connect the animation player's fitness signal to a function that starts the next animation or something like that. Yeah, so I'm connecting the finish signal to myself, or I need to go look back at a previous example of this happening, which I think was this one. Get node the sprite. Yep. And then they finished. But I need to connect I gotta make sure I have the order right. I'm connecting the grid to a signal that the player can emit from its animation player. And it takes the signal. Okay, so I can change that to... Is it animation finished? I hope it's animation finished. Animation finished, yes. Oh, lowercase. The target object, which would be player one dot get node dot animation player. Yeah, this is some complicated stuff. Man, I should probably save this. I'll do one of them. I'll do player one, and then I'll have to go back and do player two. Like, just to quickly check if it works or not. And then what else? What else? The method on... Okay. On player animation finished. There we go, because whoo, this is getting to be quite the function. I'll go ahead and write this really quick. Control C. All the way down here. And all it's going to do is just resume. Doesn't need to do anything else. Yeah, don't be mad at me. But resumes a function, I swear. See, how do I'm yielding myself. I guess I'll look it up over here. Resume. How do I use it? Between resume. GD script function state. Calling GD script yield within a function will cause that function to yield and return its current state as an object of this type. The unit function can then be resumed by later calling resume on the state of this object. Okay. Oh man. We're really gonna do this. Var function state. There. So what's gonna happen when I yield as function state is what's gonna be the thing that gets resumed. It exists, yeah. Yes, because first I have to yield. You can't resume before you can't resume before you yield. But now I connected it. It gets connected to that function. Okay, looking for player two. We're gonna look for player two is fine. Either player works. Now that we're connected, now we're gonna emit that signal that we said we were gonna emit before. Global events. And now I'm gonna yield. And yield is. So what is yield waiting for? I'm gonna click on that. The object and the signal to wait for. Okay, I hope I understand this correctly. I'm gonna get this again. Yield for this. We're looking for animation finished. So yeah, yield until that happens. Yield until the animation's done, and then we're gonna play the other one, or we're gonna emit the other signal. Call it a day. Yeah, let me get rid of all this right here. And that. And when I stare at this and be like, oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna play it because nothing breaks right now, and I know I'm also going way past my time, but I'm gonna check my remote to see how things are being added to the grid. And player one, player two, okay, yeah, as I expected. Okay, I'm gonna run back through this. I'm gonna run through it logically. So I'm gonna emit a signal. I'm gonna wait for the animation player of player 2 to emit the signal animation finished, and then go to the next level. Okay, I actually don't think I needed to resume. I don't think I needed to resume. I have to check Godot for if I needed to resume. So I'm not sure. Godot yield. I don't know if I'm using it correctly. It's like, that's my fear. Yeah, let's go see coroutines with yield. So yeah, resume animation when done. I don't think I needed to actually connect the signal at all. Ooh. So I'll stop that, but I am gonna wait for that to happen, and I think I may wait for player ones also. It wouldn't take too much other than copy paste to wait for player ones also. Like, wait for them both, then I can have a delay and it'll be funny. Reload that. Did I break anything? That's the real thing. I broke it. It broke. So sad. Why? Okay. Hey. Or not hey. Let's yeah, I'm running it. I just want to see where those breakpoints get me, that's for sure. Like, Okay, we broke at there. Clear one exists as a thing. If I open it up. Oh god, the errors. They're just climbing. Oh god, it's just. Oh my god, it. Ah. Oh god, what was that? Was atrocious. Hey, it got there, and it was supposed to yield, but then other weird things happened. I have to do way more research on like what's going on there. Uh, the game again, the full game isn't broken. I just broke one button, so that's good. And I can still play the game, and I'm just testing out a new feature. But thank you for those who did watch. I appreciate it. I'm getting really tired, so I'm gonna wrap this up, and I hope you have a good night as well. I don't want to exit. No, I want to just stop. Just stop.